Greetings all over on Thom Pollard Uncharted. Welcome here. If it's the first time you've visited, I wanted to jump in on a conversation that I've been having with some friends lately, and also am working on a presentation that I'm doing on Sunday, September 14th in New Hampshire. And the idea of it is the theme of it is the truth is the light, and it extended essentially from my recent video that I did about the frauds in mountaineering and people who lied about their summits. And I find it fascinating. It's been really kind of stuck on my mind, and I've been wanting to expand upon it a little bit because as some of you who know me would know, that my intent for the video wasn't to expose people or to shame people. It was just to talk about stories of fraud and dive into reasons, maybe like at least come up with some ideas of why do people do this? What drives people to lie about accomplishments? And some of them are real basic, like for credibility or for some notoriety. And then some even more practical purposes, albeit, with under the veil of deceit, sponsorship. And that's why I talked about Captain Dr. Frederick Cook, who lied about the first ascent of Denali in 1906. So today, my friend Jochen Hemleb on his Facebook page reposted a post by someone with whom we're both, he knows far better than I do. And the gentleman wrote that about how upset he was about people inventing summits of these mountains. And he said, quote, in his, he's very upset about it. "It's a desecration of everything I hold dear," he said. "It's got nothing to do with mountain heritage or love of the mountains or me becoming an," okay, so it's a big, a tag, a thing of nobility, a title unjustly claimed and given. And he said in the piece that, in his short post, call them out, all of them. And so Jochen shared that, and he said, but I have to admit, this is where I decided to jump in. I have to admit that as far as I'm concerned, these lies stem from an assumption that the mountaineering world, at least the people be feeling how outraged about these lies, coming from a place of where a lot of people think that the mountaineering world is in some ways better or more pure, which is only half true, at least from Jochen's perspective. I think mountaineering can bring out the best of us and the worst of us. And so I decided to jump in because this is where I'm going to do my talk. Basically, the truth is the light. And let's see if I can jump to it right now. In that, I wrote this, basically. I said that, all right, here we go. I said, false claims have been around as long as explorers themselves, as we saw in my recent video on Everest Mystery. Brad Washburn became obsessed with the lies of Dr. Frederick Cook, and Brad and I together went to Alaska in 2000, among other things, to go visit Dr. Cook's notorious fake peak. And what I went on to talk about, I just wanted to, that I put out the video about Marco Confortola, about the woman who had lied about climbing Spantic, and about the Indian couple who had lied and got away with for a short time their claims of having climbed Mount Everest, and they lost everything. These people lost it all. And it's, honestly, pretty devastating that for them. I mean, not saying that they didn't have it coming, but they did lose everything. And when I said what's changed of late is the overt commercialization of the world's great peaks, Mountains are now wide open to any Instagrammer with the cash, people who've literally never worn crampons, spent a night in a tent, don't even know how to tie a figure eight knot. I saw footage, and this is, I'm sharing with you, I saw footage filmed on K2 this past season, like a series of 4 or 5 videos, like an hour long of footage behind the scenes of Sherpa and high altitude workers trying to teach people how to put crampons on, how to put a climbing harness on, and the people giggling and thinking it was cute and everything. And it kind of made me nauseous. I'm not nauseous, but sick to my stomach. I mean, this is the Savage Mountain, K2, one of the greatest and most difficult, deadly mountains in the world. And now because of commercialization, anybody can go and give it a whirl and has a chance of making it if they're physically fit enough and if the timing and the timing works out. And so I said, also went on to say there's good and bad in the mountaineering realm. As you say, as the person said, what seems to happen is when climbers give off an air of having touched the hand of God, so to speak, it gives the world a vibe that we or mountaineers think they're superior, that they think they're better because they've gone up to that place. And I said, we climb mountains, big deal, right? Who gives a crap, right? I've never forgotten a conversation I had with the Venerable Lama Geshe, rest in peace, from Pangboche, Nepal, who would bless every expedition and all the climbers who visited him. And he said that climbers, if they were to take the money that they needed to go climb Mount Everest and donate it to a school or a group or a person in need, they would gain far more merit on this planet than in any other, than climbing Everest 100 times. And I filmed this interview with him, and it was very sobering to hear him say that. And as it would turn out, when we did this interview, Mike Hamill of Climbing the Seven Summits performed the interview. The mountain had just been closed because 16 people had lost their lives due to a Serac avalanche that fell into the Khumbu Icefall. So it's an interesting conversation. So this is a long way of getting into that point. The truth is the light. These lies don't benefit anyone. They might benefit the people doing the lying short term, but ultimately these lies harm all of it, harm the mountaineering community, harm those people. And so I think the mountaineering community needs to take a deeper look at how we are portraying ourselves to the greater world. I would love your thoughts on this. And as I prepare my talk, The Truth is the Light, a very short presentation I'm doing within a show, if you would like to jump in and share your thoughts, I'd love to see them because I'm still writing it and it's not going to be till Sunday night. So please leave your comments. And if you've enjoyed this, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. I don't post here as often as I do on Everest Mystery, but I come here to talk about things like this and hope that you've enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a like and share it with someone who might also want to take part in the conversation. I hope you're all well. Peace be with you all, and have a blessed day, evening, or morning, wherever you may be.